Hey everybody, thanks for watching another one of these talks together. And today I want to do something for you that is super simple, but it's going to help you because there's a lot of information out there as far as who has the right to Jerusalem, who has the right to Israel, who does it belong to. So let's look at a little history really fast. And first of all, Jerusalem, right, is in the ancient land of Canaan, which goes back, at least 5,000 years. So at least 5,000, you have this land with the Canaanites in it. Jerusalem itself is one of the oldest cities in the entire world, dating back to the ancient times. So who were the rulers of this land, Canaan, historically? We have the Canaanites originally, right? Giants are there, really great people. Abraham could have encountered Jerusalem at this time. It was known as Jebus, or under the Jebusites, and the rule in that time around the 19th century BC. Ancient Egyptians also ruled parts of Canaan. So the furthest back we can go is Canaanites and ancient Egypt. That's as far back as we can go. Then after that, we have the Israelites come in. So you have the Canaanites, the ancient Egyptians, next Israelites, going back to Joshua, who conquers Canaan about the 13th to 12th centuries BC. There were no Arab nations at this time. Okay, understand that? No Arab nations at this time. There were, however, Hittites, Assyrians, and Phoenicians, who were distinctly different and not considered of Arab descent or affiliation. Then there were Babylonians, Persians, Greeks, Romans in 636 BC. After that were the Byzantines. The Arab caliphates did not appear. The Arab nations that you would see today, the caliphates, which were nomadic tribes, did not appear until the 7th century, where Muhammad comes and begins to write the Quran in 610 AD. So then the Arabs come from modern Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman, and the Gulf states. This is where the Arab nations, who were just nomadic, began to solidify under Islam and the Quran. So now remember, Israelites have already been there for thousands of years. They're already there. So the religion of Islam unites everybody. The Crusader states in the Middle Ages come next, then the Mamluks, then the Ottomans. And then in 1920, right, just a little over 100 years ago, the British League of Nations comes up with the word Palestine. So that word's about 100 years old, is all it is. And it begins by the British League of Nations. It's adopted in 1920. And the so-called Palestinians are they're so-called because that's what they're called. They're not a real people. They would be like Americans. We're from everywhere. That's them. They came to that area from the Gulf states, migrated there from around. They are under this uniting religion of Islam, and that's why they're there. So they have about 100 years of history going up against people that have been there for thousands of years, trying to tell them this belongs to us. Now, in 2005, Israel withdrew from there, took all their military out and said, okay, you guys can have this peace. But Israel's in control of it. They're in control of the borders, the airspace, everything to do with it, security and all of that. So it's belonged to them for a very long time. Jerusalem itself has belonged to Israel for thousands of years. They annexed the eastern part of it the western part of it, because it's always belonged to them, and they took it back, which is rightfully theirs to do. So after that, what we have is today's Israelites being there for 3,200 years of history, while the Palestinians have 100 years. Okay, get that in your mind. Yet it's the Palestinians who perpetuate the lie and the media that it belongs to them, and it does not. They were given it because of pressure from nations all around them. And so when you think about the history of Jerusalem, it's belonged to the Israelites for thousands of years. It still does. And they are fighting against a religious spirit that is coming against their religious spirit. Actually, if you understand what's going on, you have Jews who do not like Christians at all, most of them living there. They tolerate them, but they don't like them. The very religious Jews do not like Christians. The Muslims don't like Jews or Christians. They don't like anybody. They want anybody dead that doesn't turn to their belief. It's two religious spirits fighting over something that has belonged to the Israelites for thousands of years. And Joshua is the one who came in and took it. So hopefully that helps you. It's not the Palestinians at all, never has been, Probably never will be, but we'll find out. So when you're hearing all the nonsense, that's the truth. Thanks for watching.